Hey all, Susan Kerbick. Going through the Matt Fraser videos, you'll know that this is the same series of 9. This is the 6th video because they have a green border on the thumbnail. And this is from October 28th, 2025, a gallery reading that a bunch of people attended. And we were at the October 21st event, and those videos have already been broken down, and they're the ones with all the yellow on it. I am doing these in chunks, per sitting, because it's easier for you guys to view than watching an hour and a half with all the commentary, which will end up being like 5 hours of Susan Gerbic. So instead of doing that, I'm breaking this down in chunks, and it's also more understandable to be able to pull these back up again in the future for other reasons, because I'm taking notes and I'm putting underneath each video, I'm putting like a summation of what happened. I think I'm going to start doing that a lot more often because they all blend in my mind. I take notes on everything, but it still gets difficult trying to figure out where it was that I said this thing. And anyway, or they did this thing. So what we're doing, these are all standalone videos. You can watch them one at a time if you want to. But in essence, I'm trying to show, as I've done many, many times, I've done this kind of thing a lot of times. I'm looking at a whole day of readings, 9 readings. And if I can do this multiple times, I'm going to do it multiple times. And the reason why I'm doing that is because we're trying to understand what goes on in the world of mediumship, especially in this case, a cold reader. The cold readers have a unique take on it that you don't see, especially a good cold reader like Matt Fraser is. You don't notice it in a lot of other places. This guy, when you see him do the same statements over and over and over again, you really feel like you're getting the gist of what's happening. The most important thing to see in the entire reading, and I keep thinking I should go back and do this, is to make a video of just opening statements. Because when you're cold reading, in this case, where you've pulled a person up and you're going to cold read them, whoever's in front of you, then that statement is really interesting because it's going to be where he sums up the whole, where the whole thing goes. And the people who are badly wanting to get a reading, the motivated sitters, are going to find a way of latching onto this thing that is absolutely generic, but it feels like it's specific. And then once the reading progresses, he uses his skills to continue cold reading the person, looking at their face, watching them, how they react. And then he just goes on with it. And it sounds very specific. At this point, once the motivated sitter has agreed, this is my person, yes, you're on the right track, then the medium can say just about anything and they're going to agree to it. Why did why did the motivated sitters agree to it? Why did they not question? Because they're believers and because they badly want this reading. They need this reading in many cases. And they have been trained from the media or someplace to not ask questions and to never give negative feedback to the medium, because the medium will end the reading. And these people want the reading so bad. And they might think, yeah, I know he said a German Shepherd and it was a Dachshund, but it was a dog. Maybe he's just a little confused. Or they say, yeah, I know he said it was a rose, but actually the tattoo is a daisy, but it's a flower. And so they make excuses for the mediums, and that allows this to perpetuate as the stories get told. I went to this medium and he was so great. He saw these things. There's no way anybody else could know. But you who are watching and I who've been doing this for years, we know that there is tricks to it. And the tricks are his opening statement and knowing that he's never going to be questioned, and the way the wordplay works. He just works through it. So I'm doing these for a lot of reasons, but somebody's got to be a bear witness to this stuff, and might as well be me. And I'm so glad you guys are here. I'm seeing that you guys are watching the videos. I have 5 done and some comments. And I really appreciate that because this is a lonely endeavor to sit here at home at catnip corners with a cat asleep underneath me. And I'm just me. It's just me. So I really appreciate your comments. You guys see things that I might miss. And I'm not really, the first time I saw these videos, I wasn't really paying that good of attention. I was doing other things at the time with, uh, uh, I better not go into it right now, but I was doing other things at the time concerning this reading. And I don't always hear everything, and I'm just like jaded after a while. So this is like the end of the first hour. I think we're at almost there. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at video number 5 or reading number 5. Oh, I'm sorry, reading number 6 of 9. And I'll stop and start and see how we do. This reading is, wow, 16 minutes, 45 seconds. I think it freezes at one point. I think that's what happens. I think it freezes. And when his screen freezes, which is what happens, then they flip when he comes back. And now the sitter is on the opposite side as they were. Also, when he freezes and he comes back in, we get a glimpse at what is on the screen. We get a quick glimpse of who all is on the gallery reading. So we like these things. And when we go back and look at the video again, it's only there for like a second. We can go back and we can see all those people there. Now, what we're seeing, we're learning as we do these, what we're seeing is that there's probably 9 or 10 people on the screen, but they're not the people who are going to get a reading later, because you can see these people or you can see their names and you're looking at it and you're going, nope, they don't get a reading. 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 So what we're looking at is multiple screens, because there could be 50 people, there could be 500 people at this reading. We don't know. We have no ability to check. What we do know from experience going through this many times is the people who tend to get readings are in groups. Always female, but always a female there. Always a female there. And a group. When you're cold reading, you're more likely to get hits if you're have multiple people on the screen to give hits to. So without further ado, please get your pens and pencils ready and or whatever you're doing to take notes, and let's get started with this longish reading.
Lindsay, there's Al, Lindsay, and Kelly that's here that you also want to go over to. Hey, how are you?
Hello.
Where are you guys?
We're in Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. Oh my God, I wish I was in Las Vegas right now.
No.
You were supposed to be here a couple weeks ago.
I was. I'm so devastated over this whole Las Vegas stuff, because I hear right now Vegas is a ghost town. They're like having so many issues with the casinos and the this and the that they had to move a bunch of tour dates. And I'm like, it's my favorite place to visit. I'm just devastated that I'm not there.
April.
Listen, I'm happy that you guys are here. First of all, wait a minute. Did you lose your mom?
Yeah.
This woman won't leave me alone, because I'm trying to talk to you guys, and this woman's running through, and she's like, I'm talk to me. And she's like so happy that you are all here right now. She actually tells me that like you were like talking and like asking her to come through even before this online reading event. So know that she first of all knows that you're all here. And wait a minute, do you have like things out of your mother's? Like, did you bring things to this online reading with you today?
We're in her room right now.
That's crazy, because she keeps saying to me like she keeps telling me like all my things. So when you're in her room and like you like specifically set up shop here,
Yeah.
so she would come through. She knows that, because first of all she's telling me this, and I gotta tell you, she is so happy to come through to you right now from the other side. She kept saying to me, I don't want them to remember me as the way that I died. I know that this woman was sick before her passing. But she's also telling me, Matt, she goes, I was fighting my hardest to stay alive. She goes, I didn't want to die. And she said to me, like, I was going to go through anything possible that I could to stay here and be with them. And I need them to know that. And what's interesting is, like, this one was afraid. She was afraid of, like, doctors and operations and things like that, or, like, even treatments in general. But she said to me, like, I was willing to do it all to be here with my family. But she also was talking about, like, running out of time, like, not knowing that she was sick. and telling me that like she didn't have. She keeps talking about options being taken away from her. Like when she first, excuse me, my God, excuse me. And wait a minute, that's so weird. As I'm connected with her, I keep feeling like I can't catch my breath. Was there issues with her lungs before she had died?
She got really sick in 2024 and she had to be placed on oxygen for a couple of weeks.
That's why all of a sudden, souls make me feel what they went through, and that cough that I'm getting is not from me. Like that's her. Like I keep feeling this dry cough with her. Like I can't get air into my body. Know that she's bringing that up. But what I also don't understand is I also feel like there was some type of an infection that went through her because she keeps talking about it being in her blood, and an infection presenting itself.
Yeah, it was
And
at that time.
she said to me, she goes, I ran out of time. There was nothing that could have been done. My body couldn't fight this off. And there was like no type of medication that could help her. So know that she's coming through because she says, I want my family to know that even though I didn't get the years that I thought that I was going to, she said that she wants to thank you for being close with her every day, for the time that you spent with her, and for, she says, the beautiful moments that you had given her. She keeps telling me about you playing music for her or playing songs for her. So before she had died, were you like listening to her songs with her or playing music with her?
Yeah, we had to choose like a playlist at her service, and we had to choose a special song for her for when they cremated her.
Beautiful. So wait a minute, was that song played when you sent her body in for cremation? Is that what it was? Yeah. Whatever it is, she keeps saying, I know about the songs, I know about the songs. I never heard about that before. But the songs that you chose and you played, please know that she heard. And she actually tells me she plays those songs back to you. So sometimes you hear those songs and you're like, oh my God, that's my mom. Know that that is a sign from her, and she's bringing that through. She talks about you keeping jewelry of hers as well here in the physical world. And
yeah,
she's saying to me about a necklace being made. So did you make a necklace?
Oh my gosh, we got our fingerprint on the necklace.
But you have the same ones. Did you both have the same necklace? Because she's saying to me about the matching necklaces, and I know that you did this in memory of me.
Yeah.
wow, yeah. Yeah, we got our fingerprint put on the necklace. Uh-oh.
Okay, so he's frozen up. So this is a good time to take a break. So it seems kind of accurate. I mean, there sounds like, as I'm listening to this again, that there are things in there that could be whittled out that sound a little accurate. So let's go from there. Okay, so what you can't see that I did see whenever we watched this for the first time, and what Matt can see the whole time, is the woman who's on the main person who's wearing the black with her hair up. She's in her 30s. There's a woman behind her. It's probably her sister. And next to her on the couch is their dad. So there's no mom there. There's nobody there that is mom. So when Matt says, I'm getting it, did you lose your mother? Because there's a dead person you're trying to get attention of Matt. Was it your mom? Well, she's not in the picture, so why wouldn't she be there? I mean, it's possible dad could be divorced or something, but that's a good guess. Is your mom there? And could he be talking to the man on the couch? I'm sure his mom's not alive. Because Matt's not saying, hey, you wearing the white in the back, is this your mom? No, he's saying, is your mom there? Is your mom here? Is your mom passed over because I'm getting a mom? Okay, so they say, no, we're at mom's. It's my mom. So did you bring something with you to this event that would be like to attract her attention or to in memory of her or whatever? And they said, we're sitting in her room. We've outfitted it. We're ready for her. So this is, again, a very motivated family. They have gone above and beyond to have the reading. We want it to be mom because we're sitting in the room with her items and her things. And then Matt goes on about, oh yeah, well, she didn't want to die. Her options are taken away from her. Now, this is brilliant. This is why Matt Fraser is really good at cold reading. And I don't know if you caught it or not, but he coughed and then turned it into a, oh oh, I'm short of breath. Was she short of breath? Was she having problems with her lungs or whatever? That is Uri Geller standard, amazingly good reading. That is taking advantage of the moment. Now, I haven't seen him do that before, but if he does that often, that would be really interesting. But, kudos to him. I really like that move. That was really smooth the way he did it. So I have a feeling he's done that before. I've just never seen it, but it was very smooth. She had an infection. Okay, we're playing music for her. And then the daughters are like, well, no, we had to get the music ready for a playlist for a funeral and a playlist for a cremation, which is letting him know there was a cremation, which allows for this other thing that's very, very popular in the world of the death. How do we want to say this? There's a industry geared around death. Okay, funerals, outrageous prices for funerals, outrageous prices for everything they have, the coffins and all that stuff. That's a whole industry, very, very, very expensive industry. The plots, the places, all that is very expensive. But there's another industry, well, there's probably a bunch of industries of remembrance, that when you have a loved one who's died, even a pet, which could be a loved one, of course, they take the ashes and they put them in things. A necklace is, or I guess a ring, but mainly a necklace that's kind of to your heart is one of the more common things. Tattoos in remembrance of somebody, you guys all know that. So there's a whole industry that springs up. So if you know that somebody has been cremated, then Matt knows this because he's done tons of these readings. He knows that it's likely somebody's going to go, aha, there are cremation ashes. Those ashes got to go someplace. And you don't need them all if you're scattering them. That those ashes can go into a piece of jewelry, especially since this little group here of 3 is obviously very motivated and very passionate about how their mom, they're the mom and how they feel and the memory of her and so on. Matt was on even footing to mention jewelry. And then whenever it got to I mean, who throws away the jewelry, right? Seriously. I mean, I might give away jewelry that was meaningful, but I'm not likely to throw away jewelry or just not know what happened to it. And if I give it away, all she said was something about her jewelry. And then he asked if there's a necklace because he knows, like I said, he knows that there's likely that there's ashes in something. They do all kinds of stuff, paperweights, picture frames. I mean, anything you can imagine, they're going to put these ashes in. It's a very common thing. And then if you've got necklaces, now it wasn't ashes in this case, it was mom's fingerprint. I don't know how they got that, but they had they had a necklace made with a fingerprint in it, which is a little more unusual because where are you getting the fingerprint from? I mean, no, I don't want to go there. Okay. So you get the fingerprint and if you've got one necklace made, you've got 2 daughters there. You might as well at least get matching necklaces. Of course, one's not going to go down and get the necklace with a fingerprint. And then the other's going to go, hey, I want one too. They're going to get it for both. So that's not all that unusual. I was thinking that as soon as he said he found out that there was ashes, that having the jewelry item was going to be ashes in the jewelry. So that's a surprise and a miss for Matt because it was a fingerprint in remembrance of the mother. Okay, another thing we're going to talk about that I think I've just glossed over really quick is Matt Fraser, in my opinion, is starting to lose his business. He is struggling. He had a TV show. Well, we used him on the New York Times when we did Operation Pizza Roll. I did a sting on a hot reading psychic and caught him, Thomas John. The reporter who wanted to do the story for the New York Times said, my editors love the story, but they want me to see this done. they don't want the article unless I can talk about the process and what it's like. So I said, fine, I will go to another psychic and do this thing exactly the same way I did with Thomas John. I don't even know who this guy is. He's near you. His name is Matt Fraser. And I have a crew of people that are good friends of mine. I know they're going to do exactly what I ask them to do, that are near this Matt Fraser person. So we arranged it the exact same thing, called it Operation Peach Pit. And we went through the same cycle, but it was a way to catch a hot reader, and it was a large audience. So we did not catch him hot reading. What he was doing was cold reading. And when the event was over, the people who went, 6 of them, they went up and they got their books autographed using the fake names we gave them. They took selfies with him. So the guy didn't know that they were skeptics that were there to sting them and sent with money from us. And the reporter was there. So that was the New York Times article. So where am I going with this? He got a TV show right after that called Meet the Frasers, 1 season, and it was a reality show. Almost nobody's heard of it, but whatever. It's a TV show. I don't even have a TV show. Not that I want one, but great, Matt, you got a TV show. And he goes on and on about it, like this amazing TV show. And I always keep thinking, it was only one season, right? That's not what I would call a success if it's a 1 season. But in his mind, he's calling it a season. I mean, a success. So what happened is we've been on him, just writing him. After the New York Times article came out, the TV show came out, it's critical. And I have not let up. And if you look at the videos I've made, as well as the articles that I've written, lots of them, and other people are starting to do the same thing as well. So I think his business is hurting. I really do. I attended his event last October, and I've been to many of his events in person. And I went in October when he had a 2-night event. You can read about it in Skeptical Inquirer. It's called, and it's also talked about on the playlist for Matt Fraser. It's called A Skeptic Pens a Letter, I think is what it's called. And you could see the room at the Venetian is for 900 people, and there might have been 400 people there. And that people, yes, were crying as he gave them readings, but the end was just like, yay, okay, let's go to the buffet now. It was nothing like, it was just like they just went to a rom-com or, a girl chick flick or something like that and had a nice cry. He's not, I know he's flying all over the world. He's flying all over the United States, and he's got lots and lots of gigs. The guy's doing well in that way. But he's constantly sending me messages saying, hey, get a ticket for this. Oh, I'm going to be in this place. He's constantly promoting himself. And I think I get an email a day from him trying to sell me something on some kind of gig or his podcast or watch this video or whatever. And if you are really in demand and you're really speaking to the dead, I don't think you would have to work this hard. He's also talking about these gallery readings that we're attending, that they're going to sell out. They're almost sold out, on and on and on. Yeah, last one, we bought a reading just an hour before the event. So how is it almost sold out like a week or more in advance when he's talking about it? That's not sold out. Besides, how would you sold out a gallery reading? I would think there's a limit to how many people can attend these, but I don't know what his limit is, because I don't know what kind of plan he has with Zoom. So my point is, I think he's really struggling. Now, I was in Vegas 2 weeks ago, something like that. I was in Vegas very recently attending a Skeptic Camp, which is a small conference that we do with a local group. And I was there for the weekend, had a really great time. And then I come home and I hear Matt talking about how Vegas is like a ghost town. I think he's going to talk about it one more time. And I'm thinking to myself, I was just in Vegas over the weekend, and it's not a ghost town. And okay. And I'm thinking, I think his numbers are just really down, and they've canceled his event. Because when I was there in October, this is before the new president takes effect, before the tariffs, before the immigration issues and stuff where people would stop traveling to the United States. He's got 400 people in a room that sits 900. 400 is good, but it's not great. And I didn't go the next day, so I don't know what the numbers were. And one of the things I'm thinking of doing is just starting to follow his events, because you can pull up his events where he's got something scheduled, and you can look at the seating chart and see what's sold and what seats are left. You could just go every day and count how many seats are there, and see if he's filling these rooms. And I'm thinking I'm going to start doing that. Let me make myself a note. I keep saying I've done it a couple times. We used to do that with Thomas Don too. It's a sign to watch and see how full he's getting these stadiums or whatever venue space he's doing. You can see. Now, a lot of the times, once the numbers are not really good, they just want butts and seats, and they'll especially in Vegas, they'll release the tickets for locals and stuff. They get all these free programs. Just come on out, have a drink, and just to get you in the seat. And that's common. That happened in Thomas John's case also. And my friends that are in Vegas tell me that's a normal thing that the locals know to do, is you just wait till the end and you can get a ticket for free or like for $5. So that's what I think is going on, because hear me out. I know numbers are down in Vegas. I know that, but Vegas still has to stay open. If he's performing at the Venetian, like he did last time, it's a beautiful location. I'm sure it's got a huge overhead. And he's been there several times. That room is there, sitting there. And if there's nobody in that room, they're losing money, because people aren't going to be brought to the Venetian. They're not staying and having meals at the Venetian. They're not buying swag and drinks at the Venetian. They're not gambling at the Venetian if the room is just sitting there empty. So they've got to keep these rooms, something in there happening all the time. So why would they cancel something that was getting at least 400 seats? Unless that number is even worse, or it looks like a bigger struggle, or they got somebody better to come in, somebody who's going to guarantee to fill like 900 seats. You see what I'm saying? So he's making it out that Vegas is the problem. But I'm thinking, if he's going to fly there on his own dime, and all they got to do is comp him and his wife and maybe a manager or something, a room, that room is going to sit free anyway. I mean, they're not completely full. If he's flying there on his own dime, he's going to pay a venue cost. Why would, and the room would be empty? They canceled his event. It's not that he didn't get scheduled, he's got canceled. And that says a lot. So these people here were going to attend the event in Vegas, and now they've been pushed to April. So we'll see. So I think that might be an interesting thing to watch, is to see the numbers. It's just very tedious to check the numbers. All I have to do is do screenshots every day, I guess, and see what the numbers look like, and just sit there and count. Or I'll have somebody on the team do that. That would be interesting. Sorry, that's very long-winded, and this is going to be a longer than normal reading. So let's continue. I just think that he's struggling, and this kind of stuff that we're doing here isn't going to help. Not that I'm getting 1,000 views or anything like that, not even on the videos I'm doing, but it can't help. It absolutely can't help. And people are quoting the things I'm doing, and other people are doing, and it's just more pressure. I just don't think that this is going to go over well. That's my thought. Okay, let's go back to the event, now that you've heard me rant for a few minutes.
This is crazy. I tell you, we do so good, and the next thing you know, technology is always the death of me. But anyway, please know, I told you, you never lose me. Listen, you can't. I didn't die on you. That's a good part. So please know that for her to come through in this way, it's her way of acknowledging in spirit that she knows that you did this with the necklaces, but also letting you know that she is always by your side. She's actually telling me, Matt, I was waiting to come through with them, and I've been coming through in dreams. So have you guys been getting different dreams of her?
I haven't yet.
She hasn't yet. I have.
Perfect. Listen, she tells me she's going to come to all of you. So don't, and she's specifically telling me this because I don't know, like you were scared, like, oh my God, why is my sister getting the dreams? And I'm not. No, she said, I'm going to come to all of you. I'm going to come to all of you. She wants you to know that. And she's also telling me this. She said, Matt, I didn't realize heaven was such a beautiful place. She shows me with all of her family being there on the other side. She's telling me that she goes, you know, I'm taking my time. She's taking her time coming through. She's taking time with the sign. She's telling you, she goes, because actually, she said to me, I'm enjoying this moment. She's enjoying this moment, you know, reconnecting with friends and family of hers that had passed away. And she just said to me, I want them to know, like, I'm in a good place. She's also telling me about you trying to cook like her or like make her recipes. So did you like find like old recipes of hers that you're trying to make?
I don't know. I wanted your guacamole recipe.
I think my husband and I actually talked about it recently about how well she cooked a turkey for Thanksgiving and
Oh
how
my
bright
God.
she
I wish you didn't say that because she's just telling me this. And when you were telling me no, like we weren't really sure. She was telling me in my ear about you taking over the holidays or planning to take over the holidays. So know that when you're like saying, oh my God, I'm going to do these holidays like mom did, or you're going to try to do things like she did. No, it's her way of just bringing that through because she wants to let you know that she is going to be with you. I'm also hearing I have to say happy birthday.
Oh
So
my
whose
goodness.
birthday is it?
It's her dad's birthday. He's 94.
He was supposed to come up here or come to our house tonight, but they didn't.
That's crazy. So wait, her dad is still here in this world?
Yeah.
That's amazing. So no, it's her way of saying like she's wishing him a happy birthday. She's wishing him a happy birthday. But does he have like memory issues or not remember here in the physical?
Yeah.
He's starting to. Yeah, he's 94.
I'm gonna tell you this. She said happy birthday. She knows that you're taking care of him, but she's also saying to them, let them know that I'm there and by his side. So what that means to me does not mean he's going to pass anytime soon, right? But what it does mean is that it's her way of letting you know she's not worried about him because she's like, one day when he does pass, she will be there and waiting for him on the other side. So she says she knows that she knows his memory's not good. She knows that he's struggling a little bit, and she says, she goes, I'm letting him enjoy his life, and then when it's time, she goes, I'm coming to get him, which is so beautiful.
Yeah.
And is this your dad right here?
Yeah.
So first of all, that was your wife that passed, sir?
Yes.
Please know that she's also stepping forward with you because she just said, Matt, can you please thank my husband for all the beautiful years that we got with one another? And she actually just showed me wine glasses being like cheers. So when I see that, do you have like wine glasses that you kept? I don't know if it was from an anniversary or from your wedding.
There were glasses sent from our very closest friends. One was my wife's, and one was for each of my daughters. And they wanted us to have them, and they sent them cross country here a couple weeks ago. And so, yes, that was a gift from them back to us and for her.
I'm going to tell you, she just said to me, that was a sign from her. When all of a sudden you didn't even know about these glasses and your friends from across the country were like, hey, I got something for you. And then they sent these glasses in the mail and they said, like, I feel like you need to have these. That was your wife. Because she said, I want to remind him of all the beautiful years that we had with one another and the beautiful life that he had given me. She just said to me, I love him so much. I love my family so much because I'm just so thankful for all of the years, for all the time that he'd given me. And she showed me these glasses being cheers. So when your friends sent those across the country, that was actually your wife's sign to you. Sometimes spirit speaks through us and makes us do some crazy things. So like when they just randomly came across these glasses, it was like, I'm going to send these out. That didn't happen by accident, sir. That was your wife's way of bringing that. But you know what's so funny? She's also giving you a little bit of a hard time because she goes, Matt, do you know, she goes, that when I was alive, she goes, this man, meaning you, she says, relied on me for everything. Everything. She's like, she's literally showing me like her cleaning the house and doing the laundry, doing this and doing that. And she's like, and now that I got she's doing things she's never done before. She goes, and I realized she could do it all the time. She goes, so like, I was like, she was this woman, do you know your wife was like so afraid to die? Like she actually tells me that before, like when she first started like feeling she wasn't well, I see her having this conversation with herself, like, oh my God, I got to start teaching my husband how to do things. Like I have to start teaching him, like, you know, how to take on some responsibility. She's like, because she's like, when something happens to me, like he's not going to be able to live. And now she shows me like you run in the house doing all these things. And like, did you just recently like change your bedding or change like the sheets or like the comforter?
I think cleaning and washing. I didn't replace anything that I can recall yet.
No, not replacing anything. Like I see, like when your wife was here, like she changed things for the seasons, right? It's like changing, like taking the bedspread out, using this one for winter, using this one for spring, like using this. Did you just recently do that, or did that happen?
Oh, I was gonna say we had a party for her a couple weeks ago on her birthday, a celebration party, and her mother made a door, a wreath, and that got put up with the sunflowers for the fall. Is the best I can think of.
Well, I know
but we have wreaths for every occasion at our house.
It's more so with the bedding, because she's saying to me, like, she's so shocked that you're doing things that she didn't see you do here in this world, and she's telling me, like, he surprised me, and she's bringing that up.
I've washed I did wash the sheets today on my bed.
That's gotta be what it is. Because listen, the things that you're doing right now, your loved ones see. So the fact that you just did the sheets today, it's her way of bringing that through. But you know what's so funny too, is she's saying to me,
oh my God. I just can't at some point. Your wife is watching over you and she saw you wash the sheets today, and that's what it was. She wants to bring forth that you're washing the sheets. She wanted you to know. Okay, let's go. Dreams of mom. People die, you love them, you have dreams about them, and heaven is a beautiful place. I always wonder about this. Why don't people want to hurry off and go to heaven if it's such a beautiful place? Why are they not hurrying themselves on? Why is it that is it a good thing to suggest how amazing the place is and they're waiting for you on the other side and what a wonderful life you're going to have with them? For somebody who's really in a depression and a point where their life is deteriorating, their health is deteriorating, do you not think that might not be something that you should be suggesting them to hurry themselves on? I don't know. I don't like that so much. But you know, what do I know? Okay. There's her father is alive. Her father is alive. And Matt's like, wow, that's amazing. What do you mean? You know, well, don't you know, Matt? We also find out that her mom's alive. So kind of, so he's 94 and Matt had to ask if he was alive or not. And she's coming to get him. When he's had a good life and he's done and he's ready to go, his daughter is going to come and get him. I don't know about you, but that's pretty scary. She's coming to get you. And then he had to ask Matt had to ask the guy on the couch if the woman they're talking about is his wife. Again, don't you know, Matt? No, of course not. And then he asked about wine glasses clicking. And Matt has used this a few times, I believe, that I've heard him talking about wine glasses clicking as a way of celebrating like a wedding, like a wedding anniversary. And I think that's where Matt's going. But this guy starts remembering, well, there's some glasses that were sent by some family members just a couple of weeks ago. Some guy, he sent us this. He wants to. Matt's like, oh, well, that was a surprise. We don't know that it was a surprise. They might have told him what it was to reconfirm their address. What's your address again? I'm going to send you these glasses that we have here as a reminder or something. But they're not going to they're not going to say, oh, no, we knew those glasses. They're not going to do that. They absolutely are not going to contradict the medium. There's no way. So Matt acts like that was some big deal. He was going somewhere else. He was going to talk about anniversary or weddings. And the guy hit on the idea that glasses are coming. No, we don't know if they were wine glasses. All right. The longer you go with this thing and three people there, it's the more likely you're going to get some kind of hits. She says she loves him so much. Again, that is nice to hear. But I mean, he's not dead yet. And why can't he have another relationship and another love in his life someday? And if you've got this idea of, I mean, some people will say, oh, you know, he's not going to do that. Well, we don't know that. Lots of people get married in their 80s and later. And I don't think we should be cutting them out like that. And it makes it a lot more difficult for a person to enter into a relationship with someone else if they think that they're being watched by their loved one who was so in love with them, and on and on and on, and they're watching all the time. That's kind of creepy. And it makes it much more difficult for somebody to enter into a relationship again. That's what I'm saying. And then going into the trope that the dad does nothing, she's had to teach him how to cook and clean, blah 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 blah, blah. And that now he's cleaning the sheets. So she didn't mention the party they just had for her birthday a few weeks ago, a little celebration there. And they changed out the wreaths because they have a different wreath for every holiday. That's kind of cute. But again, Matt's throwing out something basic, and they are trying to find a way of making that fit because they want this reading so bad. The turkey, he said, were you using some of her recipes or trying to cook like her? And this woman's like scattered in her head, like, wow, let me think. Oh, my husband and I were just talking about how she did a really good job making turkey for, holidays. Aha, that's it. That's exactly what I was talking about. No, that isn't what you were talking about. Oh, this is a long one. All right, let's keep going. But I want you to understand what's happening is these people badly want this reading. So they're taking anything that even, everything that Matt's saying, and they're finding a way of making it fit. And that's what humans do. We're pattern seeking people. We're also very social, and we want that connection. We try to find connections with another human being. So we're willing to go and really use our imaginations to fit the story to whatever it is that Matt is supposedly giving him as fact.
My God, don't get upset with me, sir. Please. I'm just telling you what your wife is saying. She's like, Matt, she goes, I knew I was going to die. She goes, I knew it was just a matter of time. I didn't know when. She goes, but I knew it was a matter of time. But she's also telling me that, like, I don't want to say it, but I gotta say it. She's saying to me, like, I never say it. All right, I'm gonna say it. She's telling me, Matt, she goes, I knew he was gonna be with another woman, she's telling me. So she's telling me about like these other girls having their eye on you, or like she goes, my husband's gonna get picked up. He's gonna get picked up. Like that's what she felt, because she talks about when she was here, you literally treated her like a princess. She tells me that you took such great care of her up to the day that she died, that your whole world was around her, and everybody saw this. All the single ladies who had lost their husbands, right, saw the way that you took care of her. And she said to me, Matt, she says, when I died, she goes, I'm surprised he's not with somebody. She goes, because I thought that he was going to get scooped up right away. And she's actually telling me that there are different women that like want that same love that you had given to her. So listen, I know that you're not, that you like put it out of your mind. Like you don't, your wife was the only one for you, because she tells me. And I know you told her that before she died. She tells me that you had this conversation with her. But that's still not going to change her mind. She's telling me on the other side, I know, she goes, he doesn't want to hear it. She goes, but there's other women interested with him. She goes, and let him know that it's okay. Because
she probably said that before to me too.
She knew. She's like, I don't want to say it because I don't want to, I don't know exactly who it is, but she's telling me like one of the neighbors had their eye on you, because she's like, she thought you were going to end up with this neighbor.
Oh my gosh. I don't know if that, but a neighbor up the street did come over to our house on Saturday night, and she like came over in her bathrobe, and I don't know if it's her, but that did just happen.
I don't know, but it's like funny because like I said, she said to me, she had like this feeling when she died, like, you know, this one's gonna be out there, this like, but it wasn't a bad way. It's not in a jealous way. Please know that I gotta tell you, it's actually in an opposite way. So when I'm saying that, it's because and I don't want you to misinterpret it. She's saying this because she knew that you were gonna be taken care of. She's like, there's all these women that were here that like, and she knows you have your daughters, obviously, but it's like, it's her way of knowing, like, if I'm not here, there's gonna be another woman that's gonna take care of him because he's such a good man and because everybody saw the love that he gave to me. So know that it's not you trying to replace her or anything like that, or someone coming in because they were jealous. It's nothing like that, but it's just about her knowing this. And that actually helped her to go to the other side because she knows that you're hers and she's yours. And to her, there's not a question within her mind. Whether you get married 3 times before you die, it doesn't matter. She knows that the two of you will be together in heaven, right? But she wants to let you know that what's so beautiful is that when she left this world, she says, I knew I didn't have to worry about him. I didn't have to worry about him being depressed, being alone, being all these things. She had his girls, there's all these women that, you know, would have wanted him. And she's like, to her, that made her feel so good. So it's okay that the lady came over in the bathrobe. That's what I'm trying to tell you. But listen, and I hope that when I'm your age and I lose my wife, I hope that the women come over to see me in the bathrobe. That's all I got to say. But know that it's her way of letting you know that she is with all of you in spirit, and I'm so happy that you guys are here tonight. Is this your first time?
Second. First reading.
Second time. So did you guys come in person last time, or did you come online?
We came online, and then we have tickets for you in April. We had them for last month, but we could switch.
Well, listen, I'm so happy that you guys are here, and I hope to see you guys in Las Vegas. I'm going to be honest with you, it's been a little bit crazy about, like, there's been a lot of shuffling going around because of just, I don't know, for all of you guys who are here. From what I'm hearing, I don't know if it's true, you tell me, that they're saying like Vegas is a ghost town. There's been issues with like a lot of like the entertainment, the casinos, and this and that. So they've been hoping for the best. They moved the dates to try to because I guess there was a lot of cancellations with the hotel bookings and things. So hopefully that the April event will go on. But if it doesn't, I will definitely be coming back. It's just that's the reason why.
Okay.
Perfect.
Sounds good.
We'll see you then.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
But listen, Spirit always finds a way. That's crazy that you guys were supposed to be at my show, right? The show got kicked down the line. You're like, what the hell now? And you came online and your mom's here. I love that. And I'm so happy I get to speak to you.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're very welcome. I also want to go over to Lisa L as well. Can we go over to Lisa?
So he'll be in April. And this is the second time these people have been at this event. Well, it's nice that he said that the wife would be okay with him having another relationship. That's great. The only thing that bugs me a little bit is that he made it sound like it's going to be a neighbor or something, which might mean that this guy is going to look for a neighbor and enter into a relationship thinking that is what he meant, or the lady in the bathrobe or whatever. So instead of another relationship that might be a better relationship with something else. You know, somebody else that he knows at the grocery store. It has nothing to do with the neighborhood. Okay. You treated her like a princess. Well, we don't know that, but I hope so. I sure hope so. The daughters seem to love their dad. More women want him, a neighbor in a bathrobe. He's a good man. Okay, so I like this little part that Matt slipped in there. Yeah, I hope when I'm your age and I've lost my wife, some woman comes over in a bathrobe. I'm sure his wife would think that was hilarious. Right? Okay. Again, with the Vegas, the tickets that whatever the hotel is, that it was last month, so it must have been September, that they didn't the bookings for the hotel were down, so they canceled his event. I'm not quite sure I get that. Okay. So I wonder what was there in in September, if they put something in there. I mean, I could see if there had been like a remodel that had to be done and emergency repairs to that room, plumbing issues or something, and they had to tear it up and then they had to cancel it. That makes sense. But he would say that. He would say that there had to have some, the screen broke down and this happened and that happened, and they had snakes in the stadium and they had to get him. I don't know. I could see him saying something like that, but not that the cells are down, which they are. Like I said, though, but they have to have something in that room, even if it's 400 people, even if it's 300 people. That's unless they think they can get somebody better. God, I wish I'd known about this and that I could have been scoping it out and trying to figure out what replaced him. That would have been interesting. Joe and his juggling dog. Oh man. The other thing I want to point out, and I keep pointing out in all the videos I'm doing, is Matt is saying that she's speaking to him right now in her ear, in his ear. She just said in my ear right now. So these people are speaking to the dead, are speaking to him right now. At the same time, he's talking to the people and listening to the people on the other side of the screen. And he always says there's other dead people trying to talk to him at once. And then he'll say, I told her. He'll say that he's having a conversation with this person in his head at the same time. So I don't know if he's like stopping time and we can't hear it. We don't know that the time stopped. He's pausing time, having a conversation, and then starting up time again, and you can't tell that he's moved at all. He's like frozen. Maybe that's what's happening when he's frozen. He's actually in another cosmic state, and he's having long conversation. Anyway, I'm getting weird because I'm getting tired. This is reading number 6. It was a long one. I apologize, but that's what happens. We want to see the whole thing. I do not want to cut these. I don't want to edit the boring parts out. I don't want to. I want to keep everything there, so I am fair at looking at everything. So if there's something that happens, positive or negative or nothing, then we need to leave it in there. That's how I do my work. Other people like to cut up the videos into little bits to show the best parts because they think that the people who are watching do not have an attention span and will not watch it. If people don't watch my videos, they don't watch my videos. I'm not making these to gain a bunch of money and get a bunch of people watching them. That's not why I do this. I'm doing this because we need to do this and we need to understand it. And the only way to understand is to watch it fully. More than one. Okay, so that's video 6. Reading 6. Please leave your comments. I really appreciate it. Thank you, guys.